It aims to provide a platform for writers from African, Caribbean, Asian, and Black British backgrounds. Hi YouTube, it's Kia of Kia Comments, and I'm back with another video. As some of you may or may not know, June is Caribbean Heritage Month, and I have dedicated the month to reading all things Caribbean and promoting all things literary that focus on the Caribbean. With that said, this video is going to focus on 4 literary journals that promote Caribbean voices or that promote writings about the Caribbean. The first literary journal I am going to talk about is the Caribbean Writer, which was established in 1985 and which is published out of the University of the Virgin Islands. The Caribbean Writer publishes new and established voices that focus on poetry, fiction, nonfiction, and literary criticism. They have a strong leaning towards writings that focus on the individual cultures found in the Caribbean islands. For those of you who write about the Caribbean or who are Caribbean or who are of Caribbean descent, the journal is currently open for submissions under the 2020 theme, Diasporic Rhythms, Interrogating the Past, Imagining the Future. I encourage any of you new or established writers out there who might be watching this video to submit. Free, an online journal, is the newest kid on the block, and based on my reading of the journal, was established maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The journal focuses on creating a platform for new Caribbean voices that writes contemporary fiction, poetry, and nonfiction. They specifically support writing from and about the Caribbean, similar to the Caribbean Writer. This journal is only on its 5th issue, but it has started with a bang. You can find writers like Ingrid Persad in there, writers like Onya Campadu, Kai Miller has fiction in there, and it is good. There's also some amazing new voices coming out of this journal. I strongly encourage you to go and check the online editions out. The journal is currently not accepting submissions. However, I believe that the submissions window will be opening shortly. So I would check the journal between mid to late July to see whether or not their submissions window is open. They accept submissions for 1 month, and their 6th issue will focus on the theme Rub-a-Dub-Dub, which can be hilarious, but which is also deeply rooted in ideas of the Caribbean historically. Wasafari, which was established in 1984, is an international journal that is based in the UK. While it doesn't focus specifically on Caribbean writers, there is a strong Caribbean showing in this literary journal. Wasafari is a journal that has a long-standing engagement with diverse voices and diverse histories, and is a journal that is committed to extending the boundaries of literary culture. It aims to provide a platform for writers from African, Caribbean, Asian, and Black British backgrounds. The journal also recently launched their Queen Mary Wasafari New Writing Prize, which I think has been about for maybe 2 or 3 years. The prize is open to anyone of any nationality and anyone of any age, and while it is not open for 2020 submissions, it will be open in 2021. So if you are interested in submitting writings for that prize, I would look on their website at the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021 to see when they will be accepting submissions. This journal is really a gem, y'all. And for anybody who is interested in seeing what a journal coming out of the UK looks like versus a literary journal coming out of America or the Caribbean, especially that curates voices that are similar in their diversity, then this is one to check out. The literary journal Granta is the OG of the group, having been established in 1889 in the UK by Cambridge University students. This is a journal with a very international focus. I find the writing in this journal outstanding, and they always tackle issues that deal with the now. It is a journal where you can trust that the pertinent issues of any relevant time is being discussed. Granta has a robust appetite for Caribbean writers. Some of this can be attributed to its relationship with the Commonwealth Writers' Prize, which promotes writing from the Commonwealth, and that includes the Caribbean. But some of this is just because the international focus of the journal reaches out and pulls in excellent Caribbean voices. Jamaican writer Alexia Authors has writing in here, Trinidadian writer Ingrid Persad has writing in here, and Bahamian writer Alexia Tolis has writing in here, all of which are writers that I suggest you check out. So that's it. That's all. 4 literary journals that promote writers from the Caribbean, writers from the Caribbean diaspora, or that focuses on writing about the Caribbean region. I will leave the links to all of the journals mentioned in the description box below, and in the comments below, let me know what literary journals you patronize, especially if they are literary journals that focus on diverse voices. If you liked what I discussed, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you would like more information on the writings coming out of literary journals, head over to my Instagram channel where I break down 4 Caribbean short stories that I read by Caribbean writers. Until then, keep reading, keep writing, keep reviewing. Bye now.